guys, welcome to Tavoletta. My name is Oscar. Elias is actually in Sardinia right now. We asked you in the last episode to give us some tips about restaurants that are not Maltese and not Italian. That's why we are visiting the Bagel Hole today. It's our friend Tyler who suggested we go there. He says that the Bagel Hole is amazing and it will blow your off, right?
That's right, my dick is still inside. We're here at the Bagel Hole. This is my personal recommendation because I myself am a dumb American and I love bagels. You know, it's very near and dear to my heart. This place was opened by a Maltese and American couple. American guy from New York. Both of them had been living in New York, loved bagels. They wanted to bring that flavor here to Malta. Let's fucking do this.
Bagel School with Tyler.
So they do a New York style bagel. For those of you who don't know, there's a few different styles. You got New York, Montreal, Cleveland, and then the old world bagels, which are going to come from Eastern Europe. New York style bagels are kind of the most popular, most pervasive. So they're going to do a few different variations, as well as doing a lot of the classic Jewish delicatessen style sandwiches on bagels.
Bagel School with Tyler. Bagel School with Tyler.
Here you have the pastrami, another thing that came out of the Jewish American kitchen. All of this inspired kind of by the old country. So the bagel originally came from the old country, from Ashkenazi Jews in Poland and Eastern Europe. However, in New York, Montreal, and Cleveland, where I'm from, they've modified it. So you have old world bagels and new world bagels. These are New York style bagels. And the pastrami is cured beef brisket. So it comes from the brisket. And essentially it's cured for a while in salts and spices before it's then either roasted or smoked. What you're going to see in New York is it's typically smoked. Here they're going to roast it. And then you got some pickles on there as well as mustard.
Bagel School with Tyler.
Cheers. Cheers.
Maybe just wait for the truck.
No worries.
I would say like the mustard and the pickles are like the most characteristic. Can you help me?
Characteristic.
Yeah. So I feel like when you put pickles and mustard in like whatever, you can achieve this somehow.
Yeah.
Even in like a vegan bagel or just put something else in. But as long as the pickles and mustard is in there.
Oh yeah. That nice acidity that the pickles bring to the sandwich.
Yeah.
Especially with the pastrami. Pastrami is going to be pretty fatty. And the cheese. Yeah, it's nice.
Very good. And we're having this Goshen. Is it Goshen or Gossitan?
Gozitan.
Gossitan kombucha.
Yeah.
I feel like you're doing so much different fun stuff in Gozo. Like food and beers and kombucha and the island, the hot sauce ferment island is also Gozo, right? I feel like Gozo, we haven't been in Gozo. If you have a place in Gozo where you want us to visit, just let us know. Can I ask you about this? Is it also onion inside or?
No, no onion inside.
So the sweetness comes from the mustard maybe?
The pickles.
Okay, it's a sweeter pickle, not like a saltier one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the pickles.
Nice, but I must say I don't really taste this, like the seasoning, the everything bagel seasoning as you were talking about. For me, it's just a bunch of different seeds, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe we should have got one plain so you could have compared and contrasted.
Yeah, sure. Next time.
Yeah, I'm just so about the everything bagel.
Everything.
Everything.
Bagel School with Tyler.
So this is the smoked salmon bagel. In the US, we call it lox. We don't call it smoked salmon. L-O-X, lox.
In Sweden, we say lax.
Yeah.
So it's similar.
Okay. The bagel sandwich, specifically this one, came out of the Jewish American kitchen. And essentially what you have is plain cream cheese, smoked salmon, tomato, red onions, and capers. What they do differently here is instead of using the little tiny capers, they use caper berries. which is going to have a bit more flavor, a bit more kind of a chew to it. So it's not just this little kind of burst of salt. They smoke the salmon in-house. It's all of their recipe, and it's on an everything bagel, which is personally my favorite bagel. The everything bagel is garlic, onion, poppy seed, and sesame seed. In the US, we have everything bagel seasoning that we just sell at the supermarket, and we put that shit on everything.
Cool.
So good.
Bagel School with Tyler.
Oh yeah, this is the best.
And this one is cold, right? So it's like a little bit more fresh, not like melted cheese and stuff.
I mean, this just tastes like growing. Most people, if you're from a city in the US, you're going to have these quite regularly. They're going to be a brunch item, and just bagels in general. Growing up, there were always bagels in the pantry. Just to exemplify how much we like bagels, like McDonald's has bagel sandwiches on the menu in the US. And I never realized how American they were because Katia, my wife, they're foreign to her. She never had them growing up. They were never common in Latvia. Across Europe, I don't really see them that much.
We have some places in Stockholm that serves bagel, like it's called like the bagel shop or something. I like this very much as well. It has the sweetness and the acidity to it as well as the other one. It was a little bit harder for me to eat because I have a lot of cream cheese in my beer.
Yeah. But that's, when I think of a bagel, I think of a bagel and cream cheese. You just smear it right on the two separate halves.
Yeah.
And the last time I was here, it was the first time I brought my wife here. She got this, actually. She thought it was fantastic. I mean, it is phenomenal. And then I just ordered an everything bagel with the herb cream cheese on it. And that was all.
That's all you need.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I grew up eating bagels most of the time. Which one do you prefer?
This one.
Yeah.
I have seeds all over me.
You'll be all right.
Everything me.
Nice.
Nice. That's how you like it. So now let's go for coffee maybe. Want to try it?
Okay.
Real nice. Am I supposed to expound on that? No, it's really nice. It's the Lot 61 coffee, which I think is the best coffee that they have in Malta. And they do a really good job with the coffee here. You know, you could see like she wasn't happy with the way the machine was calibrated before, so there's a lot of focus and care that's put into making the coffee. Excellent.
It's honey
It's
and
local
sea salt.
honey, yeah, local sea salt and Irish butter. I
Nice.
don't really like it.
Do you prefer the top or the bottom?
I'm an ass man, so
Plain. Tasty.
It's still warm as well.
that's really nice.
It reminds me of my grandpa because he's a bee farmer.
A beekeeper?
Beekeeper. Yeah, he was a beekeeper.
Thank you. Bye.
So sometimes you had like plain white bread and just honey on top.
Butter and honey, they go together so well.
Yeah, and salt. So this is a very popular street, you can tell.
So the Upper Baraka Gardens, where they have the cannon battery, where they do the noon cannon shot, is right up there. So it's literally right up the hill here.
So a lot of people is passing by. This street is very pretty and it's all decorated. So a lot of people are here taking photos and doing restaurant reviews.
It's like a very popular selfie spot.
Definitely. So the couple that runs the restaurant are both designers or architects.
Yeah, they're both architects.
So a lot of the stuff inside, they actually designed the chairs themselves. Mugs were also designed in collaboration with a pottery person.
Yeah.
And they explain this goes with that. We have the grids here, we have the grids here.
I also think that bathroom was really, really cool. I don't know if you had a chance to check it out. Whoa! Man, this bathroom's cute as f***. I'm a big bathroom aficionado. I like to see a nice can. If you have the opportunity to bring a date here, I think it's just cute.
Almost too tiny, but that's really nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
They could. It would be good if they had seating outdoors.
Considering they just opened, maybe it's just not in the budget.
Yeah.
And we've seen this street today, it's bananas.
Yeah, it's busy.
So I think it would be difficult for them to do that. Yeah, it would be nice if they had more space because it is cramped.
Yeah, so out of 10,
Probably give it a 9. The coffee is excellent. So coffee comes from Lot 61. Lot 61 is the best roaster in Malta. It's actually, as she said, one of only 2 roasters who are actually roasting their own beans in Malta. The emphasis they place on excellence is very high to the point that they actually come here to check the water quality. They come to check that the grounds are properly sized for the water quality they have here. We were told that the water here is softer than many of the other places in Valletta. Therefore, Lot 61 actually roasts their beans separately from everyone else's.
Yeah.
And the kombucha is really nice, and it's local as well. Also, they have loose leaf tea, they have golden milk, and they have other non-coffee products as well. There's something for people who are non-coffee drinkers. I think that when you give something a 10, it can never be better. I would give the drinks a 9.5.
we're usually really generous here in Valletta, so let's say a 10.
Round it up to a 10?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a 10. All right.
And speaking of the quality and the craftsmanship,
Most of the things that they have in there were locally sourced, with the exception of the mustard, because there's no Maltese mustard. They have like a nice French mustard. They would like to be able to do gluten-free options, but they don't have the space to have a separate cutting board for the gluten-free to prevent cross-contamination.
Yeah.
What they're doing in here is, it's essentially an homage to New York bagel deli shops. And I think they're doing a fantastic job. I think the bagels are excellent. I think the flavors are spot on. Tastes like home.
so it's a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 10. And Valletta score 10.
Yeah, we had a really great time. They're super nice, and I could tell because you've been here before that you have become really good friends with them.
Well, yeah, from the first moment I came here, they were super personable. They talked to you. It almost felt American because, you know, you go to the US and people are just insanely friendly.
Yeah.
And met everybody, had conversations with them. And, you know, it's a super small and intimate space. So if you're actually dining in there, you're in very close proximity with the workers. So you just shoot the shit, and it's really nice and a very friendly atmosphere. And they're so happy when you like food.
You can really tell that a lot of other people coming here are like friends or regulars as well.
Yeah.
I think it was maybe a little slow. Even if they're super friendly and want to talk to everyone, they could be maybe more efficient, I would say. Other than that, everything was amazing, so I would say maybe a 9.
Yeah, I'd agree, it's a 9.
So the total average score of Valletta for the Bagel Hole is 9.5. It's one of the highest score we ever had.
Yeah.
It's only La Luz and Black Egg that's up there.
Yeah. And I think it's on the same level. I think it's fantastic, and it absolutely deserves it.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you for telling us about Bagel Hole. If you have anywhere that we should go, preferably not Italian and not Maltese, we would love to hear. So leave a comment below, and also don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.